Turn it down.
Turn it up, Cal.
I'm trying to sleep over here.
Turn it up, Cal.
Turn it down,
Turn
dude.
it up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lab.
Yeah, we did it. Number one. Woo. We did it.
Thank God. We are presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Here to break down the Nuggets win. 130-104. The Nuggets blow out the Dallas Mavs despite 38 points from Luka Doncic, where he did, most of his work only in one quarter. But we'll talk about all that in a little. A lot to get into tonight. A lot of observations, a lot of takeaways from this game, no doubt. I'm Harrison Wynn. That's D-Line.
Were we supposed to amass observations during that game?
Well, typically you have one big takeaway / observation on the post-game lounge.
I'm going to check Twitter. I'll be back.
We just need one from you. Just one.
Come back.
Just one in a couple minutes.
Okay.
That's Superstar Dev.
What a fun game from the second group. This was all about the bench tonight.
It was, dude.
Yeah, it really was. Nice night for Project Dynasty. Nice night for some of the starters. Let's get into a fast breakdown.
Make
here.
it fast, dude. Make it fast.
My first note from this one. This is funny. Nuggets defending Luka very well.
Oh, MPJ had himself a little defensive stand.
Nikola Jokic playing hard out of the gate. 3 early Mavs turnovers. Nuggets offense was looking really good early on in this one. Tonight, guys, we got Nikola Jokic versus Markieff Morris for the first time since their altercation in Miami a few years ago.
What was a bigger non-story? Jokic versus Markieff Morris or Jokic versus Luka?
That's a good one. That's a great question. They were both non-stories.
Complete non-stories.
Yeah. Then Zeke Nnaji in the game at backup center. Michael Malone switching it up, going with Zeke tonight. Thought he played a great game. End of the first quarter, Reggie scoring buckets at the rim. It was another great night for Reggie Jackson, I thought. Luka shot 0 of 8 from the floor the first quarter.
What a bomb.
Nuggets lead 28-20. Second quarter, more good Zeke minutes. The bench looked great. Nuggets bench had a really good night tonight, and they were good in the second quarter. AG really turned it on in that second quarter. He had a great game as well, playing aggressive, really just beating up on the Mavs' undersized front line in the paint. You love to see that from him. Also had a 3, made a lot of foul shots too. Then Jamal Murray got cooking from the mid-range, from the paint, from 3. He had a good night too. It was also the Luka Doncic show in the second quarter. All of a sudden, he had 28 points. Like I said, he did most of his work in the second quarter. He shot 9 of 12 in the second quarter after going 0 of 8 in the first. But the Nuggets were still up 9 at halftime. Denver pulled away for good in the third quarter. Starters started off the quarter playing really well, including Jamal Murray. The Nuggets went up 12. Murray had a quick 10 right after halftime. Nuggets went on a 14-4 run, and then the bench took over. The bench took over and gave the Nuggets separation in this one. Peyton Watson hit a corner 3. Some more good plays from the second unit. Reggie Jackson had another great stint in the second half as well. Denver was up by 18 after 3, and that's my last note of the night.
Jesus.
Nuggets blow out the Mavs. Despite Luka Doncic's 38 points, Denver gets the win 130-104. Really the Nuggets' first blowout win over a good team in a while, like since the very beginning of the season. They got the blowout win over the Nets the other night, but this is really the first time the Nuggets have taken care of business at home against a team above them coming into tonight in the standings, and they made it look easy. They made it look easy, guys.
It was easy.
Yeah. I'll go to Dev first.
Please,
I'll give you a little more time for your big takeaway.
I'm still scrolling Twitter for this thing.
My big takeaway is this is the first game that I could just look to and say, Jokic couldn't give a rat's ass about the MVP. He truly does not care. Because anyone else goes into this matchup against a team that is lacking a center, And they just say, I'm going to have a monster game. I'm just going to just be so dominant that they're going to have to send double and triple teams. We haven't seen that. Jokic he's not even looking at the rim right now. He is just getting everyone else involved. He's happy with these type of wins where the team is just blowing guys out. And he's just really getting everybody else to get going. And this was a game that everyone did get going. So I think it's just pretty wild to see how much he does not care as long as the process is correct, like right.
Yeah. It's funny, man. I got a couple of texts from some of my friends that are casual Nuggets fans about Jokic tonight and how, he's putting up great numbers. I mean, I think he's averaging a 20, 13 and 10 triple-double in December so far, but he hasn't looked as dominant play-to-play, possession-to-possession as he looked at the beginning of the season. And it's an interesting storyline. Maybe we'll talk about that a little more later, but I would agree, Dev.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's a game where you go in and you're like, wow, this is going to be a Balkan matchup. It's Luka, it's Jokic. This means everything to them. And, Jokic just wants to win. Just wants to win. This was a big night for the bench. This was a big night for basically everybody not named Jokic. And the funny thing is that, I was saying this downstairs, Jokic was just playing them like a fiddle. He was just doing exactly what needs to be done. The thing that sucks is that, for the Jokic stands, the Jokic online defenders, the Jokic respect Twitter denizens, it's he just gives you nothing. We have no ammo at this time of year, but
well, you might have another championship when it's all said and done.
At the end of the year,
yeah,
we'll have all of the ammo.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, we have nothing, but it doesn't matter. You just have to. Jokic just never stops teaching. He also teaches us how to watch basketball correctly.
He teaches us to be better people.
He teaches us to be better people, to want not.
He's giving us life lessons out there every game.
Exactly. The Nuggets absolutely destroyed the Dallas Mavericks. It was never in question. Even though Luka Doncic was playing about as good as you can play offensively. And I was miserable for most of it. I was like, come on! But Jokic never stops teaching. I've learned a lesson. Thank you, Jokic. I'm better for this. I'm better for this blowout victory against the Mavericks.
Yeah. That was your big takeaway?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of just piggybacked on Dev's big takeaway.
There's only one takeaway, dude.
Kind of a questionable effort from you right there. I will say.
Dude, I'm trying to get everyone else involved. Jokic never stops teaching.
Okay. All right. Hope you have more to contribute later in the show.
Me too. Just go to Dev first every time.
Okay. My big takeaway, I'll go to the bench. I won't talk about Project Dynasty for now, even though it was a great night for that trio. Reggie Jackson had another awesome game off the bench for the Nuggets. 18 points in 19 minutes. He shot 8 of 11 from the floor. He had 4 assists. He had 0 turnovers. It's a plus 14 overall. I can't get enough of Reggie Jackson.
I know.
I love watching him play.
Bro.
I love his story. I love the arc he's already had in his short time with the Nuggets as a member of this organization, man. I'm happy for Reggie Jackson. I like guys that are about the right things, and he is about the right things. And I love watching him. We were talking about this during the game. He's got such a unique and cool style to him.
Yeah, dude.
He's got some style. He doesn't play like a lot of other point guards out there. He's got kind of like this street ball hooper.
I know. He looks like a video game
to him
from the 90s.
Yeah, moves his own kind of way, and I love it. I love everything about Reggie Jackson this season, and he's been so important. He's been so important, given some scoring punch off the bench. Nuggets have needed him to step into the starting lineup when Jamal Murray's been out this year, and he's delivered. Now he's the focal point offensively with the second unit, and he gives great balance to the bench too, because you've got your P-Watt, Christian Brown, two-headed defensive monster. You've got Julian Strother, who can space the floor with his shot and give you a little secondary scoring. But then you got Reggie Jackson kind of as the lead offensive guy, and that's so important. That's something the Nuggets bench did not have last year. Bruce Brown was not that. And his awesome season continues. I think he's been the best story of the season for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it's very, very easy, especially looking in hindsight, to root for Reggie Jackson now because everybody was wrong with him. It's not like a few people were wrong. Everybody was wrong. And the thing about it is he never gets too high or gets too low. He was a huge story coming into it just because of the Colorado kid, the hometown hero or whatever. And then he just really underwhelmed. And there was a lot of negative comments out there. He never responded once to any of those. He just put his head down and came into work every single time. And now he's getting his opportunity and he's shining. And he's still not bringing up those things about how people turn or anything. He still says all of the right things. He still plays the right way. And it's just like a revelation. Like he's a bucket. He runs the unit. He's called upon and relied on and just does everything the right way. Like this is like a wild thing to witness how well he's playing. And this was another good one for him.
Yeah, you're right. Like you said, he's got great style.
Yeah.
Like the way that he plays, he has a certain style about him. He also, obviously, he's the accessory king. He's got a sleeve, a headband, glasses.
He's got a lot going on.
He wears a bracelet, and then he's added 2 more accessories this year: a hard hat and a lunch pail. Just coming out and doing the right things, like just going to work. I liked Reggie Jackson a lot in the playoffs. I keep saying this over and over because I really, like, Christina and I would watch those. Like, that was some of the first games we were watching together. She was just like, she loved Reggie Jackson, and I was like, that's so weird that you love Reggie Jackson, but she did. And I was like, I actually really like this guy too. He just like he's
different.
He was just like making really spectacular shots. I mean, that's obviously where the big government nickname comes from, just bailing people out, but it really seemed like he lost all of his mojo. The fact that he was part of the buyout market, we just can't stress this enough, like what that means. The team doesn't even deem you tradable.
Yeah.
They're just like, we have to get rid of you. Just get rid of you, get you off the books. Like, you're not, like, it's kind of it for you. Buyout market guys, like, almost never actually contribute.
And he didn't.
Reggie Jackson, I know, but Reggie Jackson is like a very integral part of this team now.
Absolutely.
Like, he is, truthfully, I mean, he is, I don't know. I mean, he's probably like not even, he's probably the fifth player, the 5th most important player, like maybe more important than KCP, honestly, at this point. Like, it's pretty goddamn remarkable. And it's amazing that he's from Colorado. It's a great story. I hope it continues.
Yeah.
Love it.
It is a great story. I'm going to slip in a second big takeaway. Is that allowed?
What?
Is that allowed? I'm going to stay with the bench. Shout out Zeke Nnaji.
Oh dude,
man.
this was the Zeke.
Shout
Was this the
out
Zeke game?
Zeke Nnaji.
So tenacious tonight.
14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 2 offensive rebounds. He was a plus 10 in 20 minutes. I feel like Zeke has been a bit unfairly maligned from Nuggets fans over the course of this season. He hasn't been great. I don't think he's been as bad as people have made him out to be. And I was happy to see him play really well tonight because I do think he still can play a role for this team. I do think he still can bring something, a new dynamic to this team that they don't have other than him. And there's still a place for him, I feel like, on some nights. Now,
Some nights.
yeah, I am a fan of the Nuggets going to DeAndre Jordan sometimes.
Yep.
But I'm also a believer that Zeke Nnaji should play on some nights. And tonight was clearly a night for Zeke. I thought against the Nets would have been a night for Zeke as well with how small both those teams are coming off the bench. But I loved his toughness and his physicality tonight. Like, he should have looked like the biggest dude out there when the benches were on the floor. Like, he should have owned the paint, and he did. So I was encouraged by him tonight.
I was encouraged by him too. I mean, but you can't. It was a team that was missing 2 of their centers, so it's like
But he just did what he was supposed to do.
I couldn't agree with you more. Like, this is like where Zeke gets an opportunity. He makes the absolute most of it. He's giving 110%. Like, he's not moping that he's not getting minutes. It's not, you don't feel like the presence of, like, if it was like DeMarcus Cousins, for example, on the bench that wasn't getting minutes, like, you'd feel it. Like, he'd be over there moping. But, like, Zeke is, like, engaged. He's just waiting for his time, biding his time. And, yeah, you have to root for that. Like, I mean, all the Nuggets are rootable. Like every Nugget has a good story. Like it's just somehow this team that plays ethical basketball, has the most like lovable superstar. They just like have compiled this squad of guys. Like there's no like loathable players on the Denver Nuggets, which is not true. I don't think of any other team in the NBA. I have to admit, like every team that I watch, I'm like, oh, there's some guy that I just like cannot stand.
Yeah.
Markieff Morris, just as an example. There's not. The Nuggets don't have that guy. Like it's so easy to root for this team, even though a night like tonight was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But it's great. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I think that criticizing Zeke's play as of late has been justified.
Yeah.
Because you have these type of games and you're like, hey, this is what you can do. This is what, they're expecting of you, is to go in there and just play hard, give effort, try. This was a game that he went above and beyond. It was one of his best games as a Nugget. I don't care who it was that he's playing, because he has these garbage time minutes against these caliber type of players, and he doesn't perform like this. So I think it was great that he got in there and he really was aggressive. He's dunking. He's trying to shoot the ball. He didn't make shots in this, but at least he's being aggressive, grabbing boards, putbacks. Like you love to see when he's active, because he really is a defensive anchor. He really can play and get everyone else aligned to what he has, like he's putting down around him. So I love to see him playing well, because I have been a guy that has criticized him for his bad play. So this was great. I do want Zeke to have minutes. I want him to play, because you are going to need him. You're not going to be able to play DeAndre Jordan every single time. I think that is great that Malone has two different options if there's somebody that's too big, because I think he is out of position. But in these situations where there's not another big and he gets to play that position, perform, show up. He showed up in this game.
Yeah.
I agree.
Effort. Yeah, I agree. The criticism has been justified. The thing I noticed with him tonight, though, is a lot of times this year Zeke has been a little out of control, a little unsure of himself, just a little tentative. And tonight he was not. He was not that. Like, he was physical. He was he just knew what he wanted to do out there. He like had this single track mind of, I'm going to get this ball and I'm going to dunk it.
Yep.
I'm going to get this offensive rebound and go right back up with it. We didn't see the typical, sometimes out of control plays that we can see from Zeke that have hurt the Nuggets in the past when he's been out there. So it was a great game from him. Let's hit a break. Lots more to get to on the other side. We got Adam Mars at the arena tonight.
We got at least 20 more Zeke minutes.
Yes. Yes. Also, a lot to cover in around the association.
Oh my God, dude.
Tonight. So we will
also
get to that.
I don't want to. I'll tease it a little bit. We've been having some discussions.
We have.
We think we might be ready to decide who is officially been awarded the 5280 jerseys. Whose are the 5280 jerseys? We have thoughts.
Let us know in the comments who you think.
Yeah. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. At Bet365, who is the presenting sponsor of this show, things are never ordinary. This was a never ordinary game. I mean, absolutely. A triple single for Nikola Jokic. You don't see that every day. You can use code DNVR365 at sign up. Bet365 believes every sport should be epic. Right now, new customers can choose between two offers when they open an account at Bet365 with the code DNVR365. You can deposit $10 and you either get a first bet safety net offer by placing a bet up to $1,000. And if your bet loses, you get a matched refund in bonus bets. Or you can place $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet on an NBA game. They also have these great, market-specific boosts. So if you're in Denver, you can get boosts on Jokic, boosts on the Nuggets. So take advantage of those at Bet365. Download the app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. There you go. Also, if you get hurt, hit up Backs and Shanker. Backs and Shanker, they help with all kinds of injury cases where you weren't at fault. They've been in business in Colorado for more than 25 years, and you don't pay them any money until they win your case. No upfront fees, no fees while they're working on your case. You just pay them when they win your case.
Who are the Backus and Schenker of tonight's game? Reggie and P-Watt?
Reggie and Zeke. Maybe Reggie and Zeke.
Who's Backus was Reggie? Schenker. We don't know.
I mean, Backus is Jokic.
Not tonight. Dude, you think Backus is going out there delivering a triple single?
Reggie, I guess, was maybe the Jokic tonight.
Oh, my God.
Backus and Schenker helps with all kinds of injury cases where you weren't at fault. Car accidents, motorcycle, rideshare, pedestrians, trucks. They can even help you if you're injured at work. Give them a call. 222-2222 to find out if you have a case for free. Backus and Schenker wins. Let's hit a couple other players here. Aaron Gordon, I thought, had a great night.
Great night.
7 of 9, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He filled up the stat sheet. P-Watt was really good off the bench in this one. 10.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Julian Strawther turned in 12 points.
Brother.
Who else stood out to you guys tonight?
Well, Aaron Gordon has been playing well for a while now.
Yeah.
Like, ever since he came back from his injury, it's been offensively as well. He's, like, back to being part of the offense. And you could tell that his confidence is back. He's shooting the 3-ball and making them.
Yep.
Like, that was, like, a big part of why teams were just clogging the paint. They were refusing to guard him. Right now, you have to guard him because if you don't, he's going to score on you. And it's coming easy for him. Like, he really is part of the offense, and I just think that he's engaged again. He's, like, involved with the offense. And rather that be injury or what have you, he's back to himself. So that's why I think that the offense has been clicking as well as it does. And when you have 5 guys that the other team has to be focused on, it just makes it a lot easier.
Thought this was a big game for his confidence because he made 2 threes and went 5 of 6 from the line.
That's wild.
Yeah.
5 or 6 from the line is actually the headline of tonight.
Should that have been a big takeaway?
Absolutely. Change the headline, Kale. 5 or 6 from the line. No,
Nuggets won 18 of 22 from the line as a team.
Change the headline, Kale. 18 of 22 from the line. Yeah, I agree. AG, man, he's locked back in. I love it, man. It's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing you don't expect. Nobody ever tells you what happens once your team wins a championship, and there are moments where you start to question whether or not they still have the hunger at all, like whether or not they are still motivated, whether or not they still like need it. And that was early on for AG. I mean, injury, was it motivation based, whatever. He looks back, man. He looks back. He's playing physically. He's playing with physicality. His
shot looked good tonight.
His shot looks good. He's making the right decisions. He's just barreling in. He's like playing with his size, which is like what you want from AG. And then, like you said, like leaving him open no longer an option, apparently, which opens everything up. Like,
yeah,
it was just like everything worked so well and so easily for the Nuggets tonight. You just remember, like, oh right, like that's why this team is so good. Like Jokic is everything. But like also everything is just everything else. Like all of these players are good. They really truly are. Like we joke about it, but like this is a team of like very good players that play complementary basketball, play the right way. Mm-hmm. Aaron Gordon, just another example, and he's so back, man. I love it.
I loved how AG, the 3-pointer was going. He took the open ones. He made 2 of the 3. But I also loved how he clearly recognized, look, the Mavs are small inside. I can beat these guys up on the interior. I could score in the paint, or I can go to the line. And I just think him getting back to that and going 5 of 6 from the line, I wonder if this is a game where his confidence in that part of his game, taking it up strong, going to the line, because I feel like he shied away from contact a little bit this year. And
absolutely.
I feel like a lot of people would if they don't trust themselves to hit free throws. So maybe this changes things in that department a little bit. Here's a take for you guys, though. Because
oh, God, here it comes.
Jamal Murray had 22 points, 8 of 14 shooting. It was a really solid game from him, I thought. This is what the Nuggets are going to look like if Jamal Murray plays well.
Yep.
The Nuggets are going to blow out most teams, I think, if Jamal Murray plays like we know Jamal Murray can. And let's face it, so far this season, Jamal Murray bangers have been few and far between. I mean, he's had some great games.
Yep.
He has. And Denver's won most of those. But honestly, his season has been a bit underwhelming so far. And of course, the injuries play a huge part in that. I think that's the biggest reason why he hasn't played up to his standards. He's just had the injuries and he hasn't been able to find a rhythm. But maybe we're trending in that direction. And I just saw the vision tonight where, like, if Jamal Murray's playing well, the Nuggets get back to that unbeatable state that
of course
we know they can usually be at.
Yeah, the game plan is always centered around how do we slow Nikola Jokic down? How do we stop him from doing whatever he wants? So we're going to put a lot of attention on him. But where they go wrong is when Jamal is hitting shots, there's nothing that you can do because you got to pick your poison. And then when he gets hot or he gets going like how he is right now, it's like, okay, there's nothing that we can do because it's a mismatch every single time. We can't double team because it's a pick and roll where Jamal is knocking down the shots or he's being aggressive and finishing around the rim. We got to see a steal dunk from Jamal, like where he's hanging on the rim. Like he really is getting himself back into shape. But also he's just like running the offense, especially now that Jokic is not being aggressive trying to score and he wants everybody else to score. So he's like, okay, I'm going to just take whatever, comes to me. Not over dribbling or anything like that. He's just being aggressive. So yeah, when Jamal is playing well, the offense clicks. When Jamal and Aaron Gordon are playing well, there's nothing that you could do with this team. And that's what's happening.
It's a wrap. Yeah. The thing I've noticed or that I've just has seemed to be the case is that it's literally just been injury. Like Jamal Murray hasn't like really played a bad game. Like when he's just kind of been cooking. He's just making his shots this year. Like he's not having like nights where he just like can't find it, can't get anything going. Like we've seen that in years past where the ramp up is like he's injured and he's not playing well and he seems sluggish and it's just, there's like this, that, or the other. And this year it's like he's either injured or he's on fire. And we were kind of expecting for him to just come out and just remind the league like why he is, or show the league, I guess I should say, like why he is an all-star, why he should be considered for All-NBA every single season. I mean, he's obviously got the talent. He's got really everything that he needs except for the health. And he's just confident now. Like his shots are confident. He's not hesitating when he has even a little bit of open space. Like these threes he's taking in transition used to be like the shot he just absolutely could not make. Mm-hmm. Automatic, just absolutely automatic. Like Jamal Murray is like on another level, and it's just like we just need his physical capabilities, like his body to catch up, and like it's going to be over. It's going to be over for the league.
I mean, if you remember at the beginning of the season, we were going off and off about how his vision and how he's seeing the floor and his passing has never been better. It was still at that finals level. So that was the beginning of the season, and then he got hurt. But you're right about the shot. He's shooting over 40% from three right now. I think after this game, he's going to be up near 43% from three.
Yeah, he's just knocking it down, man.
He's never shot that good from three in his career. So he's got that going. And yeah, man, I mean, if this team just has a stretch of sustained health, they can rattle off a win streak. Because another one of my takeaways from tonight was that the bench looked good. And my feeling on this season is that the bench has looked mostly good when the Nuggets have been healthy. At the beginning of the season, the bench looked good when Jamal Murray was in the lineup.
Yep.
Then in the middle portion, the bench looked like trash.
Yep.
When Jamal Murray was in and out of the lineup. Now it's looked good again since he's been back. So I have confidence in this bench, but a lot of it does hinge on those guys being in their correct roles.
Yep.
And that can only happen if the Nuggets have a fully healthy team.
Yeah, the beginning of the year, the biggest point of emphasis was the bench, and it was more so the identity of the bench because they had the five guys that could defend, and they were just locking people down. Now those guys are starting to score. You're starting to see, Peyton Watson get involved on that. Zeke Nnaji got to score in this game. Christian Brown is coming into his own. But you just made a huge point. It's with Jamal in and out of the lineup, so you don't get to see the actual bench. Tonight was the actual bench. It was the real five guys playing at the same time. It wasn't, much staggering.
It wasn't any staggering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to see,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you
Dude,
got
it
to
was
see
great.
one or two cool lineups. Like you got to see Jokic with the Project Dynasty and things like that. But it was the actual bench that got to go together. So yeah, if they stay healthy, they could continue to look like this, and also they know what to expect from one another.
Dude, it's beautiful that the bench is working. Like last year, the idea of the hockey substitution was the worst thing we can imagine. Just putting all 5 bench unit guys on, taking all 5 starters off. And it was just like, oh my God, this is going to go so rough, because it did every single time. If we can get all 5 starters time to rest and recuperate and not put unnecessary wear and tear on their body throughout the regular season so they can be ready to go when the actual meaningful games, not the in-season tournament, but the actual end-season tournament.
Okay.
When that comes, and the Nuggets have been able to not play their starters 40 minutes like Luka Doncic has to do.
Right.
That's amazing. And to get these guys confident, it's just it's the most perfect, beautiful timeline. And you just hope that it just keeps working more and more. You see guys like P. Watt benefiting from it wildly. That dude's confidence is growing and growing. Like, we knew that he had the defensive prowess, the defensive chop, but now his offense is starting to come.
Yeah.
Dude, it's awesome. I love it. Yeah, let's go.
I wanted to ask you guys about P. Watt real quick, because he did not hit a 3-pointer from the beginning of the season until December 12th.
Yeah, no confidence, baby.
That was 3 games ago. Since then, he's gone 2 of 5 from 3 against the Nets, 2 of 2 from 3 against the Thunder, 2 of 3 from 3 against the Mavs. Are we believing in his shot, or what do we think is behind that?
I think the biggest piece of why he's playing so well and what's behind it is there's consistency. He's getting real minutes. He knows if he makes a mistake, then he's okay. He's going to be able to play through it. And he has the backing of his guys and his coach. So when you have the green light and you have that type of backing, you're like, okay, I can't do anything wrong. I'm just playing basketball. I could be myself. Right now, he's being himself. He's being able to be free out there and play mistake-free basketball. If he makes one, oh well. So now you're starting to see him shoot more. Now he's getting to the rim. Now he's showing off the athleticism. But I think that's the biggest thing. He's getting minutes where we're actually getting to see him find a groove, and he's in a groove right now, and that's offensively and defensively. So he's playing really well. He got to be the story of the Nuggets right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I 100% agree, Dev. I think it's because he is in a rhythm, and because of that, he's found confidence, and the rest of his game is cooking, and his shot is cooking now. He's playing consistently. Confidence is a huge thing in basketball, huge thing in life, but huge thing in basketball. And we've seen P. Watt grow up already this season, go from a guy who, decision making was questionable. I don't know if you really trusted him out there, to now he's a guy who you do trust out there. And that happened in 20 games. And I just think the shot falling now is just a continuation of the confidence that he's been building and the rhythm he's been building all year.
Absolutely. And I don't envision a world where they are reliant on, or they look to Peyton Watson to be an offensive spark. But the fact that he can be, it just is what are you supposed to do?
He's just got to hit that corner 3.
Yeah.
That's the only 3-point shot he needs, and then do his work finishing at the rim.
It's just another way you don't know how to defend the Denver Nuggets. The thought that we could have a bench unit that is as confounding and as perfectly constructed as the starting unit should make the league terrified. You should be terrified. The Dallas Mavericks came in ahead of the Denver Nuggets in the standings
somehow.
Well, I know how. I mean, the Nuggets.
Let's hit another break. A lot more to get to on the other side. We'll speak to Adam Mars, who's at the arena, talking with the Nuggets post-game, hopefully around the association, because it was an eventful night in the association. Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer of DNVR. Go to breckbrew.com, type in your zip code to get to the Breck Brew beer locator and find out where you can get Breck Brew. If you're local, stop into the DNVR bar. We got tons of beers on tap. And we got the beer of the month, the Christmas ale, $6 all December long at the DNVR bar. Breck Brew is a beer for any occasion. No better way to watch a game than having some Breck Brew in hand. Got the Avalanche Amber as well here. Broncos Country Pale Ale, good company hard seltzers, tons of options. No matter where you are for Breckenridge Brewery, Breck Brew is the official beer, of course, of the DNVR Bar. Also, shout out to AG1. AG1, what a night for AG1.
And for AG50.
Yes. That's where I was going with that. AG1, 1 cup of AG1 in a cup of water at the beginning of your day.
Or put it in a cup of Breck Brew. I mean,
Sure.
you just
You
need
can
the
try
vitamins. The vehicle doesn't really matter.
One of our producers says she puts a cup of AG1 and mixes it with a cup of pre-workout. I would not recommend that. But that was something that was talked about at the office today.
I think that's actually becomes a controlled substance.
Yeah,
I don't think you can do that.
We don't endorse that, but I just wanted to pass it on. It's something that somebody does.
Why'd you bring it up then? Like that,
I just thought of it.
Wildly dangerous.
I just thought of it. I don't know. I think she's been doing it for a while though and surviving. She's still alive. AG1 packed with tons of vitamins. It's lifestyle friendly, diet friendly, no matter what, diet you're on, no matter how you live your life. AG1 can work with you. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then try AG1. Get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/nuggets. Drinkag1.com/nuggets. Check it out.
Let's go.
All right, back here on the DNVR Nuggets post-game winners lounge presented by Bet365 Never Ordinary. We were talking downstairs during this game about
we were talking.
Who represents these jerseys best.
Yeah, dude.
Is that what
Every
take over.
every season
You cook.
with every new jersey that's brought into the mix, there's always one nugget that sort of like has a game, a moment, a time
And that we identify with
becomes
those jerseys.
frozen in time, and that jersey forever becomes associated with that player.
The Mile High City jerseys are the Nikola Jokic jerseys.
Yes, the black rainbows, the Jamal Murrays.
Yes.
The list goes
The
on.
red
and-
rainbows.
The
The
red-
Michael Porters.
We're sorry, MPJ.
Unfortunately, it just is what it is.
You shouldn't have played so well while wearing those jerseys. What do you want from us?
Yeah.
Anyway, the 5280 jerseys, the jerseys that are based on Denver, that are based on Colorado,
Yeah.
that are so inextricably Colorado. Who best embodies these jerseys?
Well, coming into tonight, I thought it was between two guys. I thought they were either the Peyton Watsons or the Julian Straubers.
Sure. Those are both good. I thought so too. I thought those
Peyton
are
Watson.
both definitely the leaders in the clubhouse.
Having a breakout
However-
season in these jerseys. Julian Strauther already looking great in these jerseys as well.
However, there's been a late surge.
There has been a late surge.
I don't know if we're ready to call it, but I'm almost ready to call it, dude.
I feel like this is your domain, so you can call it when you want to call it.
I'm ready to call it. The 5280 jerseys are officially the Reggie Jackson jerseys, dude.
Wow.
They are the Reggie Jackson jerseys. They are the Colorado jerseys for the Colorado kid. They kind of low key look like Clippers jerseys for a lot. If you cover up
That's
the
not a
5280,
compliment.
I'm just saying they look like so natural and good on him. He always plays well with them. They're the Reggie Jackson jerseys.
So these are just symbolic jerseys.
They're the
Like,
symbolic jerseys, dude.
5280, you have to go with the guy.
The Colorado
also,
kid.
he's just having a great year, too.
He plays well in these every single time, but
Yeah.
the crazy part is he plays well in every jersey now.
I know. Every Nuggets jersey is the Reggie Jackson jersey, but especially the 5280. This is another one that's like this sounds like an honor, but maybe it's an insult. Well, these jerseys aren't great, but all the same, Reggie Jackson, congratulations. The Colorado kid taking home the 5280s.
Yeah.
Although, vote, Adam. They're not here to cast their opinions.
They don't matter. I feel like
know
this
what?
is
You're
a
right.
one-man dictatorship.
You're
I
right.
feel like you're deciding.
And
You're
I'll
right.
tell you right now, Adam's going to say they're the P-Watt jerseys.
Oh, Adam's big. He's going to
And-
say, no, he's going to say they're the Pickett jerseys.
And then also, Vote is going to say, I don't know, but Michael Porter Jr. is playing great defense in these jerseys.
Vote, he can't have more than one jersey.
I know. I almost feel bad that I'm still assigning the red Skylines, Michael Porter.
What are we supposed to do, man?
Didn't he get hurt in those?
They're like the sorting. It's like the sorting hat. Like the jersey picks the player. You know what I mean? Anyway, congratulations to Reggie Jackson. Big night for you. I'm sure you want to spend this time with your family. When you want to send in an acceptance speech, we'll play it here on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, the Serbia jerseys, I'll just call them that. You know which ones I'm talking about? White, red, blue with the pickaxe.
Yep.
Those are the are those the Aaron Gordon jerseys?
Yeah. Those are the AG jerseys.
Those are his. He owns those.
But then who owns the championship jersey?
The Finals MVP.
I kind of think that's also Aaron Gordon
we the
because of this moment back here. Like that's like the official.
See, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I was gonna say
Aaron Gordon might have more than one jersey or whatever. MPJ, it doesn't matter. 5280 jerseys belong to Reggie Jackson. They're his. Pry them from his cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
You know who they're not? They're not the Jokic jersey. That much we know.
I would hope not. I mean, who doesn't have a jersey now? KCP doesn't have one.
Oh, yeah. KCP needs a jersey.
I mean, the bench guys other than Reggie don't have one now.
Yeah.
They have their time to shine right now. It's about the starters, the rotation right now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any other notes from this game, guys? Any other notes?
It was just like in the end, this game it was largely forgettable. I'll never think about this game again. I actually forgot what happened, just out of like a self-defense thing in my brain. But it was just such a complete team effort.
Yeah,
there really wasn't one guy that stood out and stole the show. There were so many people that had really big performances, really like even performances, really effort-filled performances. It was just like this is the type of thing you start to build upon. And the worst part is that this should be their 5th win in a row. Like, I still can't believe they lost that last game. Like, what a ridiculous that was absolute nonsense that they just took their foot off the gas for a minute and lost the lead in the blink of an eye. But like, the Nuggets are like the sleeping giants are starting to awake here. They're like the league should be on notice a little bit. Like the Nuggets are starting to get it going, and especially with Jamal Murray being back. Like sky's the limit for this squad.
Yeah.
One thing that stood out for me in this game was the observation of what Luka, how he plays. He had 38 points in this game. It looked like he was on his way to 50 points until you realize he only had one good quarter, and it was against the bench unit. They put him in the game every second of the game.
It looks like Luka put himself back in the game, actually.
But especially against the second units, and he gets going.
He was like, quick, somebody find my headband. I got to get back in against the bench.
Meanwhile, Jokic is taking himself out of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, he had 38 points, and he was a minus 29.
Yo, is that true?
That is true.
What?
And it wasn't even close. He was
so
the
if he
only...
didn't score, he would have been in minus 50 something?
Yes.
Dude, that's why even at halftime, Luka had that massive second quarter. Everybody was hitting me. Oh, my God, what is Malone doing? Like, guys, they're up 9.
Yeah,
like,
they're about to win by a lot.
They're about to blow this team out. Like, you could see it coming. I believe we've got Adam Maris from the arena. Just finished up talking with Michael Malone, and I don't know what players were made available tonight. I guess we'll find out. Adam, what's up, man?
What's up, fellas?
You just cut out for a second.
People were nervous.
We're good.
We're back. People were nervous watching this game. Like there were people that were nervous.
Well, those people have anxiety issues.
I mean, it's
like those are people that need medication.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, man. This one was dominant. Go ahead.
Quickly before you get cooking, we just made a decision. I don't want you to feel like you were left out, so I need to ask you.
made the decision. This is a you thing.
I went a little rogue and I assigned the City Edition 5280 jerseys as officially the Reggie Jackson jersey. Your thoughts?
Man, it feels a little premature, but you know what? He was pretty good tonight. Was he good in another game in him? Is there like another specific game?
No, but
you
they
remember
kind of
him
look
being
like
good?
Clippers jerseys, and
They've
it's
only worn them
5280.
in the in-season
Yeah,
tournament
and it
so
says
far, so
5280
not
on the
many
front.
people have played good.
They're the Reggie Jackson jersey. Get over yourself, Adam.
All right. I'll say I don't care. Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll take it.
All right, guys, from Michael Malone tonight. He was very excited about the bench. He said it was very good. And he says they're playing the right way and building good habits. That's what he likes about him. He sees aggression, he sees confidence, and he sees guys who are trying to make the right play and competing on defense. I get the sense that Michael Malone really loves this specific group of bench players. And maybe that's why he feels more comfortable, playing them as many minutes as he does. This feels like a Malone group. The Booth boys, Malone boys as well.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I don't know if he started the season off that way. But, I mean, with how they're playing now, I totally agree.
I think everybody just settled down, to be honest with you. I was talking to someone with the team, and they're like, yeah, that road stretch early on, we go on that losing streak. Everybody was just in a bad mood. But since things have settled, I think everybody's kind of feeling confident and comfortable. Michael Malone went out of his way. He wasn't even asked about Zeke Nnaji, but he said you got to give Zeke Nnaji a lot of credit. He's a great guy. He did a great job of staying ready and playing at a high level tonight when his number was called. So kind of going out of his way to make sure that Zeke got some love, and I think it was warranted. I thought he played great tonight. And then Malone had this great line. We don't just play with our teammates. We play for our teammates on this team.
Classic.
I don't know how everybody is, but here, that was pretty good.
Did I see Zeke got the DPOG chain?
Nobody asked him that, so I don't know. If you saw that on the timeline, then you're right. You know how it is. I tried to ask it last question. It wasn't even allowed, so I didn't see who got it. I'm guessing it should have been him.
I believe it was Zeke. Maybe first of his career.
Good for him, man. I mean, I know that he's been – I'll just say this quickly on Zeke. I'm not out on him the way I think a lot of people are. I still think he has utility. I think he unfortunately played really bad at the moment when the whole team was playing bad. But I hope that he has sort of a second act here in the coming weeks. Malone had this interesting comment about Julian Strawther. He said, I run more ATOs for Julian than anybody else on the team.
Definitely more than Michael Porter.
Exactly who I thought of when he said this. I was kind of like, yeah, I could probably maybe call a couple for Mike. But I thought it was really interesting, that he does that and that he feels confident enough in Julian to do that. And then he says on Peyton, right out of the package, he's been guarding the other team's best player, and he's been doing it for a couple months now. And he says that he thinks he has confidence from the fact that his job is to guard the other team's best player, that he knows his team kind of believes in him. And then Michael Malone, two more notes. He said last year through 82 games, the turnovers were egregious in the regular season, and they got into the playoffs and they took care of the ball. He thinks this year the team has kind of just learned the importance of that, and protecting the ball and not turning it over has been improved this year. So something to kind of looks like a theme and something that Malone believes is here to stay. And then lastly, I don't know if you guys caught this, but the Nuggets scored 40 points in the second quarter. Jokic did not take a shot.
Oh, we caught that.
You caught that he didn't even take a shot. I know he wasn't shooting much, but to score 40 and for Jokic to have that quarter where he didn't even shoot was pretty cool. And he just said, Malone tonight, when teams double in the post, it's everybody's favorite thing because you're going to feast that, when that happens. And tonight, right out of the gate, they showed that they were going to double him in the post all night. And as a result, the Nuggets scored 130 points.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you don't make him a scorer.
Yeah, they're like, we got to not make Jokic score.
They score 130.
Jamal is the only other guy that talked. We were waiting on Aaron Gordon, but he hadn't come out of the shower yet. Jamal says he was asked to compare to last year, and he said, I think we're doing pretty good. He hasn't hit 30 minutes in a while, and he says outside of him and just like the injuries he's had, he thinks the team is actually in a really good spot. Everybody feels like they're ahead of schedule, as far as you can be, and he's just confident where they are. And then he said that for him and for the starters, their emphasis with regards to the young players is just to set the tone because those guys are just taking notice. They're like when the young guys are on the bench, they're paying attention to what the starters do, and then they just follow that. So when they play hard, the bench comes in and plays hard. When they play connected, the bench comes in and plays connected. So I thought that was kind of an interesting comment about his mind frame and, in terms of leadership and setting the example.
For sure. Yeah, no, I see that too.
Adam, are there people back there running jingle jangles behind you? Suicides?
there is a Volo game going on right now.
I thought that was either Volo or D'Angelo Russell getting shots up. One of the two.
And then I think somebody is like doing dishes right behind me. So very
Think about looking at the schedule or winning the championship, and you have to go play after the Nuggets play, 9:30 p.m. Man,
that's right. Yeah, that really does it. For me, I think I'm sure Harrison talked about it, but Project Dynasty, it's real. Like the Nuggets really are showing improvement. Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, those guys just keep getting better. And then tonight, Zeke joining the crew is kind of nice to see. Him be a part of that as well. So to me, a really good bounce back night from the Nuggets.
Adam, appreciate it, man. Good insight there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Learned a lot.
We learned a lot, and you learned about the Reggie jerseys. We all learned something tonight.
Yeah, although not much enthusiasm from Adam on the Reggie jersey.
Apathy.
I said I don't care. That's
son of a bitch.
All right, see you, man. All right, final break. On the other side, we'll wrap up and go around the association. Guys, High Strains Plains, they provide top quality cannabis for a wide variety of products.
Dude, everyone go to High Strains Plains and celebrate Torrey Horton coming back to CSU. Let's go.
Yeah, if you're in northeastern Colorado, they are the dispensary for you. They got locations in Log Lane Village, Garden City, and Sedgwick, all in northeastern Colorado. You can save time by ordering ahead online, highplainsstrains.com. Then you can pick up at their location. They even have drive-thrus as well.
Bro.
Drive-thrus, man.
We are truly living in the future every day.
Yeah. Use code DNVR online or mention DNVR in stores to take advantage of all the deals that they've got. $45 half-ounce flower you can see on the screen there. Full ounce for $80. Tons of other deals as well. Mammoth 1G cartridges for $15. Exquisite extracts for $40. Use code DNVR online or mention DNVR in stores to take advantage of these High Plains Strains deals. Also, it's winter, but you still need your Shady Rays.
Yeah, or on the slopes.
Yeah, they got stuff for skiing as well.
It's sunny almost every day here.
Yeah, it's sunny 300 days here.
That's 300 days that Shady Rays played an integral part of your routine.
You can get 50% off 2+ pairs at shadyrays.com or in person. They have a location at Park Meadows Mall by using the code DNVR. Shades rated 5 stars by 250,000 people. For the sun, for the slopes, whatever you need, go to shadyrays.com, browse their whole selection there. Use code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. All right, back here on the Winners Lounge, presented by Bet365, Never Ordinary. Let's go around the association, Dev.
Dude, finally, any sponsors? No sponsors.
No. Any sponsors?
That is rough.
what do you guys think happened around the association?
There were a lot of games, I know.
If I were to guess...
A lot of games on the docket.
I would guess that Joel Embiid just went crazy and the 76ers just kept their win streak
play
alive.
like the Pistons?
They probably play like Wells Fargo employees or something like that. Like,
I think they actually played against the Philadelphia Flyers tonight.
He goes crazy against those type of teams. But let's just start there since we're already there. The Sixers lost.
What?
They lost to our CHGO boys.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
What a night in
Here's
Denver,
to you,
man.
Big David Matt Peck. Here's to you.
The Nuggets won, the 76ers and the Eagles lost.
It was a bad night in Philly. I got to say that.
Philly day. Remember our Sunday? They're having a bad day, too. Having a bad day, too.
Why would you bring up the Sunday, dude? That's old stuff, and that was Saturday.
The Sixers streak. Oh, yeah, it was Saturday. The Sixers streak, they lost. Like, they finally lost to a team that, Embiid is going crazy against these teams. And he went crazy again in this game. He put up 40 points, 14 rebounds. He's playing a bunch of them in 37 minutes. So when you see them play against these real teams like Minnesota and them and he sits out, it's going to be because he's very, very tired. He's been going to work against these horrible teams. Tyrese Maxey also had 29 points, but that was not enough. As Kobe White, he's been a monster without Zach LaVine.
I like Kobe White.
Best Kobe to ever lace him up.
I think he's good.
24 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Vooch had 23 points, 8 rebounds. They played well. They played well in this one.
Yeah.
How'd Caruso do?
Kale, can you bring up the video I sent you of maybe Joel Embiid's best player of the night? Guys,
I'm ready for
prepare
this.
yourselves.
My body's ready.
Like, we've seen him. He's been going off 50 points, 40s. Like, this is just Joel Embiid in one play.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Just throwing stuff up, man.
What the hell?
2 shots.
That,
That's
like
embarrassing.
He's like that's honestly like how you prep to become a stuntman in Hollywood.
What was so good about this game, they lost the game on him trying to get that type of foul call.
Well, I mean, he got it on that play. So
he tried it for
I
game,
don't
though.
blame him.
They was like, no, buddy. You just look dumb. And he had to lose the game in that way.
That's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. I'm going to watch that all night.
So keep bouncing around the association. The Clippers win 151 to 127 in regulation over the Pacers. The Pacers, I'm telling you, you can do whatever you want against the Pacers. That is where dreams come true.
Like you could win the in-season tournament.
Goodness. James Harden had 35 points.
I
9
actually
assists.
hate that news.
Also, Kawhi had 28 points. Paul George had 27 points. Norman Powell had 19 points. Everybody has a good game against the Pacers. That's what you can do. Mathurin had 34 points to lead the Pacers. They're not. It's not that they're not good. They just don't give a damn about defense. It is wild.
Which I think means ultimately they're not that good.
That means they're not.
They don't
good.
even care.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like we're gonna get some fans in here.
Clippers have won 8 in a row. A bunch of those have been by double digits. They're hot right now.
Yeah, they look all right. They
I'd like
look
to play
pretty
them
good.
again. I would like to play them again. I'd like to extinguish that. that fire.
Cleveland Cavaliers get a win, 135-130 in overtime over Houston Rockets. I can't even believe that they won that game. I thought they were just done. Donovan Mitchell goes for 37 points.
Yeah.
They're playing without Garland, who had like a face fracture or something like that. And
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's going to get some shots up. His name is in a lot of stuff right now for like trying to bounce around the association. We're gonna see him on a different team here shortly.
Yeah, tune into ATA tomorrow. He might be on a new team.
Shangoon had 24
What if that's
points.
how people found out their NBA news? Just solely ATA.
via around the association.
Yeah.
They're like, man, these guys are assholes.
Let's not talk about Minnesota then. I don't want to find out about the Anthony Edwards news.
Fred VanVleet had 27 points, 17 assists.
What? Freddie Velvet?
Freddie Velvet. That's a crazy stat line. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That is crazy.
Toronto wins 114-99 over the Hornets. I didn't look all the way into it. I just kept on seeing the headlines. Did Toronto not let in Bridges? Like,
Nope.
Yeah, he
Canada,
got denied
not-
by the 6.
Not just Toronto. All of Canada
he
has
couldn't run
denied
through
it.
the 6 with his woes. Like, what? How did that happen? Like, you can do that?
When you're a felon, when you're a felon,
there's some international travel rules that come
you
into
lose
play.
certain rights when you are a felon.
Not
Yes.
the right to play basketball.
No, they did. They did. He lost the right to play basketball.
True.
Just in
That's-
your country of...
But he regained the right. Unclear if he's going to regain the right to go to Canada.
Yeah.
How did you just say like, no, you can't play this?
They're like, sorry.
Do you get paid for this one? Like, this is crazy to me. I think that's whatever. This is wild. Pascal had 27 points to lead all scores in this game. Nothing really from the Hornets. Terry Rozier has
Nothing
22
much doing there in
points.
Charlotte.
Yeah, there's nothing. But I mean, you get to stay at home.
Nuggets play the
Stay home.
Hornets twice in the next 8 games.
Oh, baby.
Can't wait for that.
Let's hopefully none of those take place in Canada.
Timberwolves win 112-108 to over the Miami Heat. Timberwolves are playing well too.
They just win
as of
games,
late.
man.
Anthony Edwards, who also is making national news,
Yeah.
had 32 points. You want to know how I know? They sent the video.
That was not even good.
Whatever, brother. Tyler Hero had 25
I actually saw it
points.
on a screenshot.
Tyler Hero had 25 points. Bam Adebayo had 22 points. There wasn't much going on there. That was a good one. I'm not going to lie.
Tyler Hero back in the lineup.
Yeah, Tyler Hero's back.
25 points for him.
How did you notice Tyler Hero out of all these names I've said?
I mean, I just know he came back tonight.
What do you mean by that?
Atlanta Hawks win 130.
I don't even like Tyler Hero, okay?
Really?
Dude, Oh, we didn't even get it. How did Caruso play in that Bulls game?
I don't know. They know. Hawks win 130, 124 over the Pistons. They almost lost to the Pistons. Trae Young started going crazy in this game to catch them up. Cade Cunningham had 43 points, man. They need to get him out of there.
Wow.
Bogdanovich had 25 points.
Yeah, I was going to bring that one up.
Can't believe that he's back. He hasn't played in a long time, and he's back to himself.
Yeah.
Trae Young, 31 points, 15 assists to overcome the Pistons.
Joe Harris, 1 point off the bench in 12 minutes.
Man, hate to see it. Great game by him. The Thunder win 116-97 over the Memphis Grizzlies. The Thunder team who we now hate. 30 points for SGA. He can score on these other teams. He can score. On the other side of things, Zaire Williams had 19 points. Guess who else comes back in this for this team?
John Morant.
John Morant is back. Will he be able to play?
Can he go to Canada?
He doesn't have a felony.
Yeah, he actually just has like a
Don't do that again?
He has like an asterisk NBA felony, which is actually not even against the actual law.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually wanting Draymond. Can he play in Canada?
Draymond can go to Canada, yeah. Draymond can go to Canada. John Morant can go to Canada. Drake can go to Canada. Miles Bridges, sorry, bro. Sorry.
Cannot go to Canada. All right. Well, the games that are still going, because that's the whole association right now. Lakers are losing to the Knicks right now.
Dude, they're going to lose 5 in a row after that shameful in-season tournament front-running performance. They put everything they had into this nonsense garbage award.
I don't know if you saw it, but there was a banner raised.
Dude, look how embarrassing
Crypto.com
at least they didn't literally raise it. That would have been terrible if they did like what the Nuggets did and like paraded it around the entire circumference of the arena, only to have it rest.
Dude, it's so bad.
It's so
I do feel a little bad for him because it was clearly just like the league saying you have to have a banner.
Everybody keeps on making it like jokes of it. Like, they're the Lakers. They have real banners. They did not want to raise that. Like, that's not. Of course not.
Well, to be fair to them and to the league, they are not the Lakers. They are the people currently wearing the Lakers uniforms. They do not embody in any way the the hallowed halls of what it means to be a Laker. But, congratulations to them. I can't wait to see the NBA Cup in person.
Yeah, and then the Sacramento Kings are beating the Washington Wizards. And we have now went all the way.
Kevin Huerter, 11 points, 4 of 8 shooting in that one.
What did Austin Reeves do in that Laker game? He's probably playing really well.
No,
you want to talk about LeBron? Nope. Anthony Davis.
Did Gallo play tonight? How'd he do?
All right, I think we got some super chats to get to.
All right, you want me to go? Freddie go for $4.99. Our homie Freddie says, he's done miracles on me.
He's done miracles on me. It's the Calvin Booth theme song.
Oh, gotcha.
You haven't seen the video?
I'm an idiot. 555-ish for 555 says, all the Nuggets are good. Nice to see Mr. Nugget put together a string of great games. Joker plus Blue Arrow plus Curious Mike plus Silver Surfer plus KCP, who doesn't even get an emoji.
I know. Come on, Ish.
I mean, come on.
At least put like the Pope up there.
Yeah, dude, the Pope. There's some religious iconography.
Yeah, Jewish star. I didn't take that.
Who's the sunglasses one? Reggie plus Brown plus Strawberry. The Strawberries.
The 8 ball is P-Watt.
Oh, P-Watt plus the Strawberry plus Piano Man equals Dub. Let's go, dude.
See, the 8 ball is a self-anointed emoji. Like P-Watt has made that become his emoji.
Hey, P-Watt, not a great emoji. An 8 ball?
When he's number 8.
I know, but that feels like you're going to get a suspension at some point for having an 8 ball.
I mean, there are tons of other ways you could have taken the 8 ball reference.
Nope, definitely not. If you choose an 8 ball or an eggplant emoji, then you're asking for trouble. Wyatt OK Corral 999 says, Am I a bad person for only tuning into the winners' lounges? Vibes Vulture. Bench needed this game to get right. Julian calling for the lob on a fast break is a vibe. Go Nuggets. Let me answer your question. Yes, you're terrible. Dude, we're here every time. We need your vibes. This is a reciprocal thing. You can't just come feast on our vibes. Although, to be fair to you, half of you fall into that category. Our views fall off a goddamn cliff in the loser lounge.
Yeah, at least your name is not like Winningsburg. He only comes in if there's like great vibes.
Dude, I know. He's not even like a vibes vulture. He's a vibe. Like, he's a vibe. Like, what is it? Who takes the first cut of the vibes? Like, he's like a vibes prima nocte, which, okay. Nick Sawyer says, Super Chat $4.99. Shout out the best minutes of the season for Zeke, if not his whole career. Tonight was Booth's vision. No, it wasn't, because it didn't contain Pickett. Diz, Super Chat from Diz says, we back, Heat, Nuggets, micro, whatever, we so back. Half-hearted, but you're right to do it. This is so beautiful. Man, what a night.
What a night. Shout out to friend of the show, friend of DNVR, Christy with the K.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Who delivered these incredible cookies to us that somehow we didn't know about until today.
Hold the fuck up.
That they've
She
apparently
just
been here
brought
for
them-
days.
No, she brought them tonight.
Oh.
Harrison's mad because he didn't know about these cookies for 20 minutes.
Okay. Misunderstanding.
It's not really that much of a misunderstanding.
I thought they arrived like the other day.
No.
Christy brought them before the game,
Okay,
and then she came mid-game, and she's like,
She's a real one.
She's like, what'd you guys think of the cookies? No one had even had a cookie yet. Harrison was outraged.
It was
was outraged.
They're layered cookies. It's
They're
like some of your favorite from every. I'm a chocolate
They're
chip
still
guy.
there.
She baked Dev specific chocolate chip cookies. I think they're only for Dev.
Yeah,
And
don't
they're
touch
still
those.
fully there
Do
for
not
Dev.
touch them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christy.
Thank you, Christy. We
The
love
best.
you.
She's a sicko.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's all the time we got for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out in the Winners Lounge to talk about this Nuggets win. Blowout win over the Mavs. Great night all around. All the Nuggets are good. Project Dynasty fully intact on schedule.
It's the Murray season of Murray, P-Watt, Strawburst.
We're going to go eat some cookies and enjoy the rest of our night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Throw a quick like before you get out of here. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Let's go.
We all city like the mayor.